สวัสดีค่ะ and welcome back to At Brain Site here on GBN Station. Here and now with me, Konkan Ushitpand. One of the most biggest challenges that people experience is losing their way or getting lost from their original intention. And today, Long Pinik will be telling us the reason why we might experience these problems and how to fix it through the Buddhist monk perspective.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that is so common, but yet so important to talk about. And that topic is how do you not get lost in life? And here at the moment for me is I'm in the Los Angeles area in Southern California. And during my time, I've met so many different people. And this is something that is common and that comes up often, where people will meet with us. They'll share some of the challenges and struggles where they just lost their way, and how many of you can relate to that. And here, and some examples that I can think of are businessmen who are very successful, who are very wealthy, and when they share their stories with us, in the beginning, the intention was so pure. They wanted to get into business. They wanted to develop a career, to take care of their family, to have time for themselves, and then build something. And as their path continues, slowly they become successful. Slowly they have more responsibilities, and it keeps building and building and building. And next thing you know, the life that they had set out for themselves, that intention, now looking at their lives, no longer matches. They want a family. They want to spend time with their family. They want to just have enough to live on. And now the picture looks completely different. And the picture is where you can work 50, 60, 70 hours. Some people don't even spend time with their families anymore. They don't even see their families. They're not even living in the same home. Some people have nannies. Some people are traveling a lot. But for me, this is no judgment call at all, but it's simply the issue that is presented to us. Another example is just in Los Angeles. We see this so common for entertainers and artists. And they come to this area, they try to pursue the dream, and because they love art, they love entertainment, the craft of acting, singing, dancing, again, very pure, nothing wrong with that. They then start to experience success, make a name for themselves. Then the circle that they're around starts to get bigger. Their life starts to be less manageable, and they have gigs and jobs, and slowly along the way, they start to forget, wait, what was the intention? Why did I get into this field in the first place? And when we talk to them, many of them just love the craft. So simple. They love expression. They want to express themselves, and then through time, with the responsibilities that they have, you can start to get lost. And again, the original intention with where your life is now, not even the same. And why I'm sharing this is that it's very common. Wherever you are in your life, change the details, but we all will experience this in some form or another. So for me in this video, I wanted to share a simple tool that I came up with that may be helpful for you. But before we do that, again, let me touch a little bit on why this is the case. And why this is the case where we get lost a little bit is because, one, you will have intention. You will have some kind of direction in the beginning, very pure, very clear, very sharp. Then when you enter into the physical world, you start to interact with people, you start to experience successes and now expectations and more duties and responsibilities, then it can start to get clouded. And this is the same way for those who've been following me for a long time, like meditation. And just like the mind, when it is out in the world now, then any interaction that you come across where it's engaging your five senses, your sight, the things that you see, your hearing, the things that are audible, the smell, the touch, the taste, every single interaction with the world will start to cloud, will start to taint the purity of the mind, and through this cloudiness, then our original intent of why we started to do the things that we started to do, we can't even see anymore. And we're disconnected from that. So this is just the explanation of it. And again, come back to the point that it is very common. So before I share with you a simple tool, let me share a personal story. And one or two personal stories from the monastery that may be relatable to you. And for myself and all the new monks who went to Thailand, the day that is so important to us is Ordination Day. This is where we've been training to become Buddhist monks and to wear these saffron robes. And before that specific day, our teaching monk reminds us, he said, before we get to Ordination Day, make sure you spend time with yourself in solitude, in quiet, in meditation, and reflect, and to see, why are you here? And what are you doing? You're going on this spiritual path. You're leaving everything behind of your old life, and now you're gonna embark on this journey as a Buddhist monk. Take time to remember this. This is gonna be your first and only time becoming a Buddhist monk for the first time. And in this space, this is where you will be the most clear, you will be the most innocent, because when we take the vows to become Buddhist monks, we engage in a forgiveness ceremony. So we're letting go of any heaviness, any conflict, any resentment from the past. Let's be done. We're entering to a new dimension of ourselves. And then now, when you take the vows, you wear the robes, and like I shared with you, this is your first day as a Buddhist monk. I don't care how old you are, 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, and as much experience as you've had in the outside world, it's okay. But as a Buddhist monk, you are 1 day old. You're a newborn, and they're gonna teach you this new realm from the ground up. How to eat, how to sleep, how to chant, how to perceive life, and how to see things accurately. So in that moment, many people in Thailand came to support our ordination. And this is such a proud moment, and the lay people want to be a part of it is because you're the most pure at this moment. You just took this vow, you're this new monk, and you're gonna give blessings. They get to donate to the monks to be part of their journey. And then secondly, they're gonna receive a blessing from a brand new monk who made no mistakes yet. They have done nothing intentionally or unintentionally to break any rules. Their mind is bright and clear, so everyone wants to join to be part of this. But for me, this moment is so critical because at this space, as a new monk, you're clear, you're pure. You know why you enter this path, and you know what you want to do with your life. So this is just one example of when your intentions are pure and you're innocent. Another example that I can share, sorry, this is a lot, but stay with me. The second example that I can share with you on my end is really regarding writing these books. And for me, when I started on this path with my brother monk, Longpi Michael, we knew we were so grateful for what we learned in the monastery. And we wish people can have the same access. At the same time, because we're grown in the United States, both myself and Longpi Michael, and we didn't have access to this wisdom. And when we were struggling as lay people, when we were trying to find our way, we wish we would have had this. We wish we would have had this resource told and communicated in a way that was practical and simple to improve our lives. So now that we had the idea of let's write books, let's give the wisdom. Our first one is regarding morality, the Buddhist cleanse. The second one is regarding the meditation, so building blocks of meditation. We want to teach you how to meditate properly, to know what is even the purpose of meditation, and then to know how do you use it and apply it into your real life. But before we set up on this journey to start writing, we had to get clear. What is your purpose? And what is your intention? That was even more important than writing the books, because this was the foundation. And we meditated on it, we sat on it, we discussed it, and we were clear. We want our intention for writing these books is to package this wisdom in the most simple, neutral, universal, take out the religious piece to help people who are suffering and people who want to shift their lives by using practical spiritual tools, and then they can start to transform their lives. This was the intention. We didn't care about how many people it reached. We didn't care about the fame and the praise and what people were going to think about it. Some people would love it, wonderful. Some people may be critical of it. It's not as academic. We don't care. Yes, sure, think whatever you need to think, but this is our intention. So now, this is example number 2. But I share that because coming back to the topic of how do you not lose your way is I came up with this concept that I called time capsule. It's just something that I made up that was an analogy or a symbol in my mind that captured this moment. And what it is that if you can, try to capture these pivotal, key, critical moments in your life where your intentions are pure and clear, and time capsule it, meaning write it down. Capture and write down what is that feeling in this moment. Capture down what is the intention and purpose of you trying to do this thing. And then the second part is now go on that path. But what I find is that many people, they will be clear, they will continue to pursue their life, and then slowly but surely, because the mind gets tainted, the original intention now, they lost it. And what they set out to do, no longer the case. But if you can, now you have this time capsule, a screenshot captured in time, frozen in time. Now you can come back to it. Anytime for myself, anytime for my brother monk, when we're engaging in the world and things get a bit chaotic, we open our journal and we come back to this moment. Wow, so much has happened, so many responsibilities, so many duties, but why did I become a monk? What is the purpose originally? and I open this time capsule up and it brings me back to that moment. Wow, how lucky am I in this lifetime to have the opportunity to train myself, to get to understand truth, and to help other people in this process. I can't imagine anything else for my life. Look at this. And now let's come back and tune with this again. Remember that and use that to your advantage to keep going. You're off course, but now let's get back on course. So regarding even the books, same thing. More issues come up, forget that. That's not why you set out to do this. Come back to the original intent. So for your life is do the same thing. Capture these moments. So the next question is, what moments are we capturing and how do we use this concept of time capsule appropriately? And for me, what I find are 3 types of situation. One is take positive changes in your life, milestones. If you bought a new house, you've been working so hard to have a home that you can call your own for yourself, and the day that you get the keys, time capsule that. How amazing is that? When you get a new job, your dream job, or a simple job that you had set out in your mind for a while. When you get married, imagine when you're saying your vows to your partner, time capsule that day. You're the most pure husband, new husband, and new wife or new partner in that moment. Don't forget that. Because we know, for those who've been married, with time, you start to lose that essence. You start to lose that original intention. So new babies, new homes, new pets, anything that is positive in your life, take a moment as soon as possible, time capsule that. The other part, second example or second opportunity is now time capsule crisis in your life. Life is not just high moments, but life can be so challenging and so tough. And when you're going through a breakup, when you're going through a divorce that shatters your life, we have it where we lose people through death, through sickness, through COVID, through old age. When you lose a parent, that will rock your whole world. But also in that moment, you'll find a moment of clarity. You'll find life lessons that are so special. And these crisis points in your life can be a game changer with wisdom. And if possible, put that down, log it and freeze it in time. Then when you are going through difficult times, come back to this and you can use it to recharge you and reinvigorate you. A third type of opportunity is when you don't have these major life opportunities, maybe you're just mundane, and maybe you're just lost, and maybe you're unsure, and you're trying to find your way. You're meeting with friends and mentors, and moments of clarity will show up. You'll have these aha moments and you're like, oh my goodness, wow. This was a light bulb that just went off in my head. Life is so clear now. Now capture this moment and you can use this to your advantage as well. So to tie with this, how do you get clarity on your life? I'm going to pivot a little bit. How do you get clarity on your life? Is meditation. If you're not sure where you're going and you need some sense of direction, meditate. Get calm, get still. Train your mind to be neutral so you can see reality as it is. Again, you can see yourself, you can see other people, and you can see the world as it is. get your lens, get your perspective very neutral. That's the first part. The second part that we can take away from the wisdom of Buddhism is now use wise reflection. Now that we've meditated, your mind is more still and neutral. Now reflect on your life. This is not a 2-minute thinking. No, this is not so logical, but really in this stillness. Go deep into reflection. Go deep into contemplation of your situation, and this will take time. And do this over and over. Allow yourself this space, and a moment of clarity will come up. And this will support you in the process of time capsuling a moment or intention in your life of clarity. So with that, for me to summarize everything is that you will have moments of clarity in your life. 2, you will start to engage in the world, and that original intention that you had, you'll be removed from it, you'll be disconnected and maybe even lost it completely. So when you feel lost or you swerve off of the right track for you, now come back to the original intention of why did I even go on this path? And hopefully it can help you to course correct. But if you're gonna wing it and okay, let me just live life, let me just with this clarity just do whatever, and if I get lost, I'll try to remember. That's one option. And again, it's not wrong, it's not right. But for me, I just find that if you do not freeze it in time and have a reference or source of reference, you might forget. And this is just one easy tip, easy tool that can help you to not get lost in this difficult world, in this difficult time. But hopefully that is helpful for someone out there. And as always, I just want to send you my blessing and hope you guys are doing well. So take care. Satu.
If you're interested in meditation or want to explore more about the Buddhist monk lifestyle, please go and check out Luang Pi Nick's YouTube channel. And also, I would like to invite all of you to check out all episodes of our At Brightside News program on our website, gbnus.com, or from our YouTube channel, GBNUS. Thank you for joining us. อนุโมทนาบุญและสวัสดีค่ะ